The first terror attack by bin Laden and al-Qaeda was the bombing of the Gold Mihor Hotel in Aden, Yemen on December 29, 1992. The attack was intended to kill American troops on their way to Somalia, but the soldiers were staying in a different hotel. The bomb killed a Yemeni hotel employee and an Austrian national, and also seriously injured the Austrian's wife. In 1998, Osama bin Laden and Ayman al-Zawahiri co-signed a fatwa in the name of the World Islamic Front for Jihad against Jews and Crusaders, declaring that to kill the Americans and their allies, civilians and military, is an individual duty for every Muslim in any country in which it is possible in order to liberate the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. It went on to say that this is in accordance with the words of Almighty Allah. Fight the pagans altogether as they fight you altogether. Fight them until there is no more tumult or oppression, and there prevail justice and faith in Allah. Following the fatwa on August 7, 1998, bin Laden ordered the bombing of United States embassies in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and Nairobi, Kenya. Bin Laden's actual goal was to lure the United States into Afghanistan, which had long been called the graveyard of empires. In retaliation, President Bill Clinton ordered a freeze on assets that could be linked to bin Laden. Clinton also signed an executive order authorizing bin Laden's arrest or assassination. Later that month, the U.S. had launched an attack using cruise missiles on one of bin Laden's headquarters. The attack failed to harm bin Laden, but killed 19 people. On November 4, 1998, Osama bin Laden was indicted by a federal grand jury, and the United States Department of State offered a $5 million reward for information leading to bin Laden's apprehension or conviction. On October 12, 2000, USS Cole set into Aden Harbor for a routine fuel stop. Cole completed mooring at 09:30. Around 11:18 local time, a small craft approached the port side of the destroyer, and an explosion occurred, putting a 40 by 40-foot gash in the ship's port side. According to the CIA, the blast appeared to be caused by explosives molded into a shaped charge against the hull of the boat. It was speculated that over 1,000 pounds of explosive were used. The blast hit the ship's galley where the crew were lining up for lunch. 17 sailors were killed, and 39 others were injured in the blast. The 9/11 attacks were a shock, but they shouldn't have come as a surprise. Islamist extremists had given plenty of warning that they meant to kill Americans indiscriminately and in large numbers on U.S. soil. Although Osama bin Laden himself would not emerge as a signal threat until the late 1990s, the threat of Islamist terrorism had been growing steadily over the decade. In February 1993, a group led by Ramzi Youssef tried to bring down the World Trade Center with a truck bomb. They killed 6 and wounded 1,000. Plans by Omar Abdel Rahman and others to blow up the Holland and Lincoln tunnels and other New York City landmarks were frustrated when the plotters were arrested. In October 1993, Somali tribesmen shot down U.S. helicopters, killing 18 and wounding 73, in an incident that came to be known as Black Hawk Down. Years later, it would be learned that those Somali tribesmen had received help in the form of weapons and training from al-Qaeda. The weapons included captured Soviet weapons and arms that had been supplied to the jihadis in Afghanistan. In early 1995, police in Manila uncovered a plot by Ramzi Youssef to blow up a dozen U.S. airliners while they were flying over the Pacific. In November 1995, a car bomb exploded outside the office of the U.S. program manager for the Saudi National Guard in Riyadh, killing 5 Americans and 2 others. In June 1996, a truck bomb demolished the Khobar Towers apartment complex in Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, killing 19 U.S. servicemen and wounding hundreds. The attack was carried out primarily by Saudi Hezbollah, an organization that had received help from the government of Iran. These attacks were deadly, But the carnage was not enough. The terrorists needed to find a way to attack America itself.